Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Saturday, December 7th, 2019. So obviously, it's kind of a momentous day, Pearl Harbor Day. So just definitely want to take a moment and, remember that's what got us into World War II. And very sad day, a lot of loss of lives that day. And it's weird. I wasn't even thinking about it, to be honest with you. And I just saw the date and I knew instantly. So, a lot of the younger generation doesn't even think about that anymore, which is kind of sad. But that's how it goes. I've got a topic I'm going to talk about today. We're going to get into that in a minute. But I wanted to talk real quick. It is a pretty decent day today. Sun shines out. It's only about 30 degrees, but at least the sun is out, which is good. We're getting good power today, which is always helpful. But, excuse me again, with the indigestion. I do feel a little bit better today. I'm not, I have been sleeping a freaking just an unbelievable amount. It's been crazy how much I've been sleeping. But I do feel a little bit better today. So I do want to say that. I'm going to try to get my live stream in tomorrow, and hopefully I feel better then. But it has been a battle. I'm not going to lie. It has absolutely been a battle, and I've just been trying to sleep this out. But we're getting there. It's it's a great weight loss program, I can tell you that. And I definitely needed to lose a little bit of weight, so that part of it's been awesome. But the weird part is like absolutely no appetite. Like I said yesterday, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that's all I had for the entire day, and I've had nothing so far today. And it's, I don't know what time it is right now, let's see. It is 1:30 in the afternoon right now. So, yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, so let's get into topic of the video. So I'm going to take off my glasses so I can actually see. I hope you guys are enjoying the fire. It is very nice and toasty warm. Feels great, to be honest with you. And it definitely helps having a nice fire there to take that edge off. Alright, so we're talking about 5 things that you can do when people find out that you're a prepper. Okay? So that's, a lot of people try to keep prepping on a down low key and stuff like that. And I get that. Absolutely, I get that. But let's say we're talking about 5 different things that you can do if people find out, that what you're doing doesn't make a lot of sense to the normal person, so they're going to be asking questions. So the first thing you can actually do is talk about it. If people see that you have a lot more stored food in your pantry than the average person, or that they see that you're really truly stocked up on food for whatever reason that they see that, and then inevitably you're going to get well, I know where I'm coming if something happens. So you have that discussion with them, and you talk about that with them, and you say, listen, realistically, what do I owe you? Why should I help you? And try to be reasonable but not be cruel, okay, with people. So talk about it. Talk about prepping, and see if they're receptive or not, and kind of go from there. But be honest. Say, listen, I am prepping to take care of my family, and that's what I'm going to focus on, or my group, or or whatever you decide to share with that person. But so, be very, very honest, because you're going to have a lot of people. Because I know that when I lived in Greece, New York, and I had my orange buckets all stacked up in the basement, and my ex-wife I had like one half of the basement was all preps, and the other half of the basement was all her, for her shop. And so she'd have the people come down there, and they'd be like, what are all those buckets? And inevitably she would have to explain, well, that's food. He's stocking up and stuff like that. And then, a lot of them would say, well, I know where I'm coming if something happens. And I used to always think about that. It'd be like, people automatically assume you're just going to throw those doors open and just help everybody. But, again, we're going to get into that later in this discussion as well. So the second thing that you can do, okay, so here's a great example. So I got my greenhouse going up, right? Obviously, I out here, a few people know I'm a prepper, not everybody knows I'm a prepper. But so with the greenhouse, right? I'm putting in the greenhouse, and so people were gonna inevitably ask questions. And so what you can do is you can explain things off. If somebody says, well, why are you doing solar? And I can say, well, I'm doing solar just because I want to be as independent as I possibly can be, which is not a lie. It's true. But it's also, putting myself in a position where I'm not relying on the system. Putting in a greenhouse to be able to be, I'm putting the greenhouse in because I want to experiment with growing food, and I want to grow more organic and eat better and blah, 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 blah. There's always ways to explain things off of why you're doing what you're doing. So if you don't want to sit down and have that hard discussion with somebody, or if you have that busybody neighbor, which everybody has that busybody neighbor, we have them up here, guarantee it. There's certain people that know everybody's business, and but again, it's you can explain that off if you want to. So that would be the second thing that I would definitely do. So the third thing you can do is you can switch right into recruitment mode. So after you're having that discussion with somebody, talk about preparations for them to prepare and get ready, and maybe bring them into your group. If it's somebody that that you like or care about and stuff like that, that's definitely something that you could try to do, and try to talk to them about it, and why don't you explain. And that's the biggest thing. It's like what I try to do is well, why don't you prep? What's the reason why not to be ready? You know what I mean? So those are make people think, and that's important. But if you can switch into that recruitment mode, that's going to help people as well, and maybe you can add more members to your group that way, which, like I said, the more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. All right. So number 4, when people find out that you're a prepper, and this is kind of where I'm at too with this one. It says, should I help them? Okay. So some people are not going to prep no matter what. They're just not gonna. Okay. So maybe they're decent people, but they just don't believe that anything bad is ever going to happen, and they have those rose-colored glasses on, and they're just not going to ever take them off. So what do we do? When those people come, and they will inevitably come and knock on your door, and they're going to ask for help. Now, do you help them? Do you not help them? And so and I've talked about this a lot with you guys. I prep for people that are not even in my group, and I've talked about that. I put more food away and have more things ready because there's people that I know that I plan on helping, that have done zero preparation. But again, it's turning away somebody with starving kids, it's going to be a very difficult call for people. And for me, if I can be in a position where I can help and you only can help to a point, but maybe you bring those people into the fold at that point to be part of your group. And if you know those people, see, here's the thing, okay? So people, they don't prep, they're not gonna prep. They may think it's silly or whatever they think, but that they're decent people, okay? So when the time comes, they're just gonna stand up there behind your barricade and go, hey, 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 hey. Or I told you so. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people I definitely wanted to say I told you so to, but excuse me. I plan on telling them I told you so while I'm helping them out. But again, it's like those are going to be tough choices, and we can't help everybody. That's the reality too. You're not going to be able to help everybody, so you're going to have to decide who you're going to help and who you're not going to help, and that's going to be tough, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. That is not going to be an easy thing to do at all. So again, something to think about. Okay, so that's another one. Number 5, and I think this is one which I absolutely did myself. Is so you're a prepper, and I lived in suburbia, and people, not everybody on my street knew that I prepped. Some people did. People that were in and out of the house, on a regular basis with my ex-wife's haircutting business and stuff like that. So inevitably, people would end up showing up. And so you have another option. You can move to a more remote location. Get all your preps and get everything that you have and get to that more isolated location where it's more defensible, where it's more isolated, where there's not as dense a population. Safety, in that type of situation. And I think that that is absolutely the best thing you could possibly do. Moving to this location where I'm at was probably the biggest and best move that I ever made. And I will never forget that the day that we got here, and we got all of our stuff up here, and all of our stuff was now here, and we were going to be here, and this is where our home was going to be full time. I actually breathed a sigh of relief with a daunting things ahead of me, okay? But I said to myself at that point, at least if something happens tomorrow, all my stuff is here, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you what, knowing what I know now, 5 years later, oh my goodness, I was nowhere even close to being as ready as I thought I was at that point. But that's the beauty of it. Once you can get to your location, and you can get to that bug out location, and you can start putting in that infrastructure and building it up and getting things ready, and having things in place. It is amazing. Peace of mind. Peace of mind, folks, I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing like peace of mind. Nothing. And, knowing that you are in a good location, you've picked a good spot, you got water, you got high elevation, you have protection, you have that isolation, you hopefully have good neighbors that you can work with. So all those things definitely go into play, and it makes a big, big difference. It really, truly does. And so, those are things to think about. As a prepper, you've been found out. People know you're a prepper. What are you going to do? What are your options going to be? And now, don't get me wrong. People still know I prep. Okay? And I have people that I know that are going to come to me. I got one of my buddies has not prepped one iota. And I love the guy like a brother. And I won't turn him away. So I prep for him. Even though he won't prep for himself. And that may be stupid on my part, but I look at it like this, you have to be ready to help other people if you can. And, and like I said, no, I'm not going to help everybody. I can't help everybody. Excuse me again. I've had, with this almost like an indigestion. It's very, very strange, but it's very weird. But anyway, that's from the whole sickness thing. But again, today I do feel better. So I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on this topic. I think it's an important topic, and I think it needs to be discussed again. What do you do when people find out that you're a prepper? So here's 5 things. You got 5 options, right there that you can do. That you have a choice and stuff like that. So again, the more people we can wake up, guys, the better off we're going to be. I think that's important. I think it's important when the time comes that we try to help as many people as we possibly can. And, we just have to do the best that we possibly can. And, life is interesting. It really, really is. So we have choices, and we can choose to, be positive. We can choose to be negative. But I think that being positive and stuff, that putting out that positive energy goes a lot farther, and it's going to be better for us in the long run. And I think that that's important that we do that. So, but anyway, so that is what is going on for right now. I wanted to get this video made and share that with you and hear what your feedback is, and I hope everybody's doing well. Guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so by hitting that bell icon. Hit subscribe button first, obviously, then hit the bell icon and hit all notifications so you get notified. I post every single day. I live stream 3 days a week, and so I'm pretty consistent if I'm not sick. And that's what we're doing. So join us here. It's a great family. The Preppreneurs One family is awesome. If you are looking to get with like-minded people, you want to try to form a group, you're trying to find other people like yourself, again, the best way to do it is at the Preppreneurs One community, which is on my website at prepreneurs1.com. Absolutely free to join, does not cost anything. You have to register to be able to get in to see what's going on. But we got great message boards going on there. There's great ways to connect with like-minded people from your state or from your country. If you just want to talk with people, it's a great revenue to do that. It's great just to talk with like-minded people, okay? If you're looking to form a group, it's another opportunity for you to do that within your state or in your country. You know, people that are in your generalized area, it's a great way to do that. So, and again, it's totally free, doesn't cost anything. We set that up for you guys, okay? Other than that, I'm just trying to think. I think that's it for right now, guys. So remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel, okay? Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that can ever stop you from reaching your goals or your dreams is you. If you set realistic goals in life, you can reach them. It doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It can be whatever you're trying to pursue. But if you set those goals and you follow those goals and those dreams, you can accomplish anything. And it is amazing how much you can accomplish if you put your mind to it. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here for now. Again, I have not even been into the emails. So if you have emailed me and you're wondering why I haven't responded yet, well, literally, like I said, I have gone nowhere all week. Great thing about being sick is you don't spend any money, so that's kind of a nice thing. But anyway, I will get to everybody, I promise, okay? So I hope everybody's doing well. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.